Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Power Pack, another Tuesday. You guys, it's been so much fun looking at your results and seeing what's happening with the group. I noticed that your follow-ups this week were crazy. You did so many follow-ups. So congratulations on the follow-ups. And I know it's about this time that you guys are thinking, wow, we're almost halfway through and I really want to start seeing some results. Well, I just want to assure you, you keep doing what you're doing and the results will be there. So I'm going to turn it over to Roger. You guys just keep doing what you're doing and we'll keep watching you grow.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. You guys, I specifically this morning put on my Believe shirt from PawFest. That's how I feel about this group. And I am super excited for all the hard work you're putting in. And it's so fun to see. One of the things that's been fun to watch is to see how you guys have gone from, you're putting in more effort and now, as you've kind of been week by week, and I think we'll get some more of that today from Kristen, being coached into how to apply the effort. It's one thing to make the commitment to have more effort and to put in a bigger commitment into something, which is honestly, for most people, they get stuck there, right? A lot of people can't just say, I'm going to I'm going to make a bigger commitment to something in my life and stick with it. And that's what you guys are doing, which is awesome. And then once you start applying more effort into something, that when you've got good guidance to help people help us apply that effort in the right areas where we get the most, kind of bang for our buck. And that's what's been really fun to watch. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that today from Kristen. So I just want you guys to know I believe in you. I've got my Believe shirt from PawFest, and I'm excited to see how the results are coming along for everybody. I looked at I appreciate everybody taking the time to be accountable for yourselves and for this Power Pack to put your results in the tracker. If you haven't done that yet this week, I invite you to go do it. And again, partly for your own benefit to see what's happening week to week, where the effort is being put in, where you can improve on your effort. And then, of course, as we get closer and closer to the end of 90 days, what we want to start really getting excited to track are the results, columns, and really see what's happening in terms of a difference in the outcomes or the outputs, not just the inputs of time. So thank you for taking time to do that. Thank you, everybody, for who can to be sharing your video. I appreciate that. I know there's a handful of people who can't for a variety of circumstances, but it is always more fun to engage and to make this feel like an actual working session together. So with that, I'm going to just turn it over to Kristen and we'll get going, and we'll see if we can continue to move the needle for everybody this week. So Kristen, over to you.
All right. Good to be with you guys. I always enjoy looking at your forms that you fill out, seeing where you're making progress. One of the things I wanted to just remind you guys of is like that form isn't there to make you feel bad. It's not there to make you feel less than. It's not there to beat yourself up with. It's there to give you helpful data to know, to give you context to the results you are currently getting. So if you are looking at your, how many new customers you've acquired and all those things, or if you looked over at the results you've acquired in the last cumulatively since you've started, what you can do is you can look at your data, and I hope you're not just tracking it because it's not really for Roger, myself, and Tammy and Melissa. That's not who it's for. It's a form of accountability, but it's really to help give us data. So it's like, all right, what are they doing? Where do they need help? What do they need to dial in? But it helps give you context to your results. So if you're like, all right, if I got, X number of new customers, well, what led to that? Oh, I can see I did 7 stories a day consistently. I showed up 5 days a week. Oh, what this now the data tells me that this works, or the data tells me that if I'm averaging 10 conversations a week, it converts to roughly, because everyone's conversion rates is different. You will be able to figure out your own average conversion rate of, oh, if I start 50 conversations on average, 5% of those conversations become customers for me. But you don't know that without data. So I just want to encourage you to be honest with yourself, and no one's over here being like, wow, they're really not showing up this week, terrible. We're not over there judging you. What we're doing is I'm looking for gaps, and I'm also looking for, all right, where are people not taking action that I know they should be? And it's not like what's wrong with them. It's like, all right, how do I make this more clear, or what roadblocks do we need to address in order to help them, get into that activity? So here's a couple things. Is one, I want you to share one win you've had in the past week. Like, what it is, it can either be one thing. It could be a leading indicator, being like, I'm starting to see engagement with my new conversations. It could be a lagging indicator, being like, I'm finally getting new customers. So tell me in the comments, because this is an interactive call, tell me in the comments a win you've had, whether a leading indicator or a lagging indicator. And I'm going to be talking about that every single week, knowing that like your activity is a leading indicator. The actual results, your paycheck, is a lagging indicator. It always lags behind your activity. Go ahead and tell me in the comments what's something you're proud of. You've got a pet rescue that's going to sign up. I got my first person who DM'd me in response to a story. Hey, what do we say about stories? Well done. I'm a team of 3, 0 to 3 this week. I love that. I got 2 new customers this week. Well done. I have a new customer that loves our products and asked, do I have a referral code I can share with others? And was excited to share we have a $25 coupon we can share with her friend. If that customer asks like about the referral code, I hope you immediately had the Pet Pro conversation with them, being like, you would actually make a great Pet Pro. Had 11 commit to coming to the PBO, 3 attended, 1 joined. Okay, this is a perfect example of getting data. If you had 11 commit to coming, that means 3 out of 11 actually showed. So your percentage is just under 30%. And then like of show rate. So we always have this in the marketing space, and it's good for you guys to know this. There's the event, there's the number of invitations you send out, and then there's the number of people who actually say they're going to be there, and that's called your show rate. So for you, if you're like, I invited people, 11 committed to coming, 3 attended, that means you had roughly a 30% show rate, and 1 person joined, which means of your show rate, 30% of your people that showed joined. So that's a 30% conversion rate of people that actually come. So for you, you're like, all right, cool. If I have a 30% conversion rate, I just need to get more people to actually come to the call. That's really what this is. Or if 11 people said they were coming, only 3 showed up, that means in order to get 6 people there, I probably got to have 22 people commit to showing up. This is just the law of data, friends. I wish everything was 100% of people that I invite, 100% of them show, if only, but that is not the case. So again, this is why data is so helpful. Converted a conversation into a new customer with 375 NPV, offered her the opportunity as well. Beth, this is fantastic. Where are you at? Unmute yourself. Beth Bowman, there you are. I see you. Okay, Beth, I think it would benefit everybody to hear how you converted a conversation into a customer. Because I think sometimes people, they think, oh no, that sounds weird, uncomfortable. Can you tell us a little bit about how that worked out for you? And hello, 375.
It was awesome. It's just a conversation. At the end of the day, you're asking her, what does she need? You're listening, and then you're making a recommendation. She and her husband actually drive, they're truck drivers. So she wanted to have on hand 2 to 3 months worth of product, because the next time they come is in the town, she'll be able to pick up her next route. So we placed that. We figured out what she needed. We placed the order, or she placed the order. I'm like, hey, you may not be interested. You may, who knows? I gotta at least offer it to you. I bet you know other truck drivers that also travel with their pets. And she's like, yes. I'm like, so just want to let you know, that you could actually do a build your own kit and have all of this stuff in your kit. And then your future orders earn 15% off, blah, blah, blah. She's like, if I don't do it with this order, we're going to do that with the next order. I'm like, perfect. I'll follow up with you in the next month. We'll get it going. Bada bing, bada boom. Happy day.
Well done, Beth. And is this an in-person connection you had or someone you connected with online?
This is an in-person.
Well done. I love that. I love how natural that was. Thanks for sharing with everybody. Someone with their name was iPhone. They got 2 new customers. Someone said finally got 1 new customer and engaging with more people. Awesome. I want to know somebody that signed a new person from online where they're like, oh my God, Elka, I saw you raise your hand. Elka, unmute yourself because we've been talking so much about putting people in the top of the funnel and converting people in the online space. And I said last week, I said, hey, we're just about to hit the tipping point of when you're going to start hearing from people. So Elka, tell us a little bit about how that went for you.
So Padre's got their ads out there, and I used to do ads a long time ago, started an ad, and this person found Padre's ad, then did a search for pet pros in her area, came across to my reel and started going through all of my stuff, and then sent me message on both my business line, somehow found my personal line, found an email, filled out I have like a pet pro application I did years ago. Somehow she found that. And I started talking to her and come to find out she's local. She's only like 40 minutes away. And so she immediately was like, I saw you, I found you, you're totally my vibe and you're local to me. And I went and met with her last week and did an in-person onboarding. And it was the funnest thing. Like Melissa used to tell us all the time, there's nothing that sponsoring a new pet pro won't fix when you have that like engagement. And so to have just be seen out there and have constant stuff both on my business and my personal page with stories, she knew right away what I was into, my vibe. And she's like, I want you to mentor me in this business. And so it was really rewarding.
So good. Thanks for sharing that. This is why being consistent, even when you aren't seeing the metrics of that content working for you yet, what happened was someone found Elka and then consumed all of her prior content. And by consuming all of that prior content that she had done, what happened was her past consistency rewarded her because someone consumed all that content and decided from that content, I like her vibe. I want to learn from her. I'm in. This is what I call a content vault, is when you've been doing content for a long time. For you in the beginning, when you don't have much of an audience, it can feel very tedious. And I want to assure you, with time, as you get better at visibility and conversations, while you're having conversations, you're actually building this little content vault so that when somebody gets to know you and heads over to your Facebook feed or your Instagram, they can consume 20, 30 posts. And from that, they decide that, listen, they consume 30 days of content where you were telling yourself, nobody's paying attention. Why does this even matter? Well, 30 days later, when somebody who's never heard of you before is consuming that content, your 30 days of consistency that you thought didn't matter is their 10 minutes of consumption where they decide, I'm in, right? And so this is why it's never somebody just randomly joining. It's all of your compounded effort that has led you to this place. This is why I say you cannot get caught up in the metrics that are happening today. You have to always stay future focused and be like, what I'm doing is I'm compounding all my activity. And I'm going to remind you guys of this every day. And Elka was a fantastic example of that. So again, her consistency was rewarded. It's the same for me. Somebody can find me, be brand new to me, and they have 200 episodes of my podcast where they can consume. And then in a day, they feel like they're best friends with me, having never met me. Do you know that, guys? Like, so many of you are like, oh no, how do I make best friends with people on the internet? Your content will do that for you. This is why being yourself, being vulnerable, sharing your stories, people feel like they're getting to know you even while you're sleeping in your bed at night, guys. When you are sleeping, your content is working for you, but only when you've been consistent. That doesn't happen if you've been doing content sometimes. Okay. Is that landing for everybody? Like, this is why I want you to get excited about the process and not just the outcome. Because if you all are just fixated on the outcomes, what I find is people that are too fixated on the outcomes and not the process, they get too impatient, they get frustrated, they judge what's happening today, and they stop the activity, they immediately stop compounding their efforts, and then they rob themselves of their future results. Okay? I don't want that for you. All right, cool. And this is how the new Pet Pro was. Love it. Making money while you sleep. So good. Yeah. You know, Joe, I think that is important. And that's kind of what I was saying. Like, Elka has been present online for a long time. Yes, which meant she had a content vault for people to do. But listen, guys, just 30 days of content is enough for somebody to decide, I really like you. Guys, 2 weeks of content where it's thoughtful content. I was telling my husband this today. I was talking about the content in the online space. And Roger and I were meeting earlier this morning where I was saying, in the beginning of this journey, especially some of you that are really getting your sea legs, so to speak, with, developing content in the online space, a lot of people will tell me, Kristen, I'm really consistent. In the beginning, it is about quantity. I want you to just be in the habit of posting every day, even if your posts aren't good or great or converting. Why? I first see the value in building muscle memory of being a business owner who posts online. So first we build muscle memory. Once we build muscle memory, then we actually start focusing on quality. All right, now that you're in the habit of creating content, we're going to elevate the type of content you put out there, because guess what? The landscape out there, today's consumer, they consume a lot of content. So you do have to be intentional and strategic to get somebody to stop their scroll and want to take time out of their busy day and read your content. And we're going to talk about that today. Today, we're going to be dialing in the quality, okay? And then eventually with time, we then take the quality and we match it with quantity. And so then we can start churning out volume at high quality. So first it starts with quantity, low quality, and then we work on high quality, same quantity, and then we dial up the quality and the quantity. Does everybody understand that? Cool. So you guys have been building muscle memory. Today, I want to talk about quality. And how we're going to do that is I want to take a couple people who have been posting online consistently. Okay. So if that's you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to audit a few posts. And you got to be vulnerable. It's okay. I promise I'll be gentle. I'll be nice. But what I want to do is go on my Facebook and I'm going to look at your post and I'm going to be able to tell you, and everyone can learn with us, what was good about the post, what needed to be improved to help you dial in the quality. So who wants to be our first volunteer? Where I'm going to, and we're going to start with somebody who hasn't maybe seen fruit from their posts yet. They're like, Kristen, I'm consistent, but I'm not getting much engagement. I'm not getting a lot of likes and comments. Christy Diaz, I saw you jump on that. Where are you at, girlfriend? Christy Diaz, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Got the big sunflower behind her head.
Oh, there you are. Oh, Christy, hi. Okay, cool. We talked last week. Christy, can you do me a favor and drop your Facebook profile link in the chat for me so I can immediately pull that up? Here's what I'm going to do. And actually, let's get another person in the queue. You can put yours as well. I see you, Christy. Actually, I found you. All right. All right, cool. Christy, I'm going to do a quick scroll. We're going to do an audit. Be with me, people. All right, cool. Here we go. Christy's posts. Cool. Christy, here's a couple things. If I'm brand new, hopping over to your Facebook profile and I'm like, what's Christy about? I see that you're an independent pet pro with Pottery, top rank of 3-star vice president Pottery. Okay, here's the thing. Unless I'm in Pottery, that means nothing to me. I don't care. The average person doesn't care. I always joke about like triple unicorn status. They don't care. They just want to say independent pet pro, helping pets live healthier, longer lives through quality food products. Like I want to relate to this so when I read it, I'm like, oh, she can help me. Where you're like retired physician, supportive wife and mom, I also think it'd be great for you to say like, dog mom, pet advocate, things that draw me into you. Like, tell me a little bit more. Like, are you like a little spicy with my morning coffee? Give me like, if I want you to almost see your Facebook profile as a dating profile, what would get a click for me to go on a date with you? Being like, well, retired physician, supportive wife and mom, blah. I want you to spice it up a little bit. Tell me why I'd want to go on a date with you. Okay. So I love this. This is, guys, this would be considered an engagement post. Like, who has a senior pet? Drop a photo in the comments of your senior fur baby. Tell us something special about them. Okay, so you got 4 comments. Let's see what's going on. Are these, Christy, you can unmute yourself because I'm going to ask you, I'm going to dialogue back and forth with you. Are these pet pros or are these friends in the comments?
Friends.
Okay, cool. Immediately what's coming up that I'm not seeing here is you're not talking back to them.
Yeah, I missed my 30 minutes this morning because whatever came up.
Okay. I want you to try and do it the same day at night, but definitely be in conversations with them. I'm going to say another thing too. Typically on Facebook, these graphics, as cute as it is, people tend to scroll by them. So I think it'd be great for you to post a picture of your senior pet. Like, this is, if you have a senior pet, or like, this is my fur baby. Say something funny about him. Like, this is his quirk, or this is what he's into. Like, if I was posting my dog Hank, I'd be like, he eats deer poop, turkey poop, and chases our local turkeys everywhere and drives us nuts. So I like that for engagement. Let's go down here. Let's see here. Okay, I actually like this, Christy. You had the right idea here with on the way to lunch, I had a check-in call with 37 new Pottery pet pros I personally sponsored last month. Okay, first of all, that's amazing. Good job. I am not that, like, I can see how you're kind of creating some curiosity here, but right here, what you're missing here is, first of all, I would just post this picture because this tells me about you. This is a really sweet picture of you guys. I find too many pictures, it becomes a lot for somebody to take in. But here, this content here, I want to share with you how that could have looked a little bit different if you had said, hold on here, something like, last month, 37 people decided to become pet advocates by partnering with, with an amazing company, and this is what they're doing. Like, here, this should be your hook. You got to stop it and be like, last month, 37 people decided to partner with me in joining a company that had amazing, like, people that wanted to work remotely from home by partnering with a pet company. And I'm so excited to help them reach their goals, so that you almost want to create like a FOMO, like, oh, wait, 37 people joined her. What am I missing out on? Right. And then I like this too. You can say like, hey, we did these other things, but really what I think you could be dialing in on here is that 37 people decided to do something unique with pottery and they joined you. You want your audience to be like, I'm missing out. I got to join her too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing, by the way. Okay. Let's see here. This is good. Busy pet parent. Here are 3 simple hacks to save time while keeping your furry friend happy and healthy. Okay. I would actually, right here, I think I've talked about this before. People are more motivated to solve for pain than they are to have a desire. So for example, I'm not so excited to learn, okay, how to save time to keep my fur friend happy and healthy. I might be, what happens with a fur friend who's not healthy and happy? they're destructive, they get into things they shouldn't, they have anxiety. So it's like, here are 3 ways to help your parent, to prevent your pet from self-destructive tendencies when left alone, how to keep them happy and non-anxious. And let's see here. I love this. Use easy, ship. Perfect. You're kind of talking about, you're lending what your company is about. Okay. 2 comments. Great ideas. Oh, look, you're still missing 4 days ago. You missed
Those are Pet
engaging.
Pros. Yeah.
These are pet pros. You still got to engage because it helps your visibility. This is important for everybody. So if you're like, oh, these are just pet pro people, you still have to respond because it helps boost the algorithm. Okay. Make sense? And I would just I would start with just 1 photo. So less is more. Okay. Hey, I love this video. Great. Okay. Let's see what you got here. I'm noticing engagement not happening here, my friend. Every single comment you get is an opportunity to have a conversation. Even if it's people you're like, Kristen, they're pet pros, they're on my team. It's like, it's okay. It only helps boost your visibility. Does that make sense?
What if it's like 18 weeks later, like go back to every single one?
No,
even
no,
that
no, just
environmental?
from here
Okay.
on out. I think
Here on
from
out.
the last week, I would like you to catch up from the last week. So I would say it looks like here. Okay, here, you're grounded from using the avatar. Stop it. No more using your avatar. I want you to like either take a selfie, take a picture of you going out and about your day. But the avatar, typically people are scrolling by. Okay. All right. This is cool. All right.
I think since I'm not on, like, to me, that's still entertaining. Like I'm so far behind.
It's okay. It's okay. Remember, you've got quantity. We're improving quality now. That's what this coaching is about, right? It's not being like, hey, you're not consistent here. No, it's like, okay, how do we take what we've been doing and elevate it? Okay. Super good. Trying to think if there's anything else. Because if I'm here scrolling, this is me just trying to figure out, oh, okay, can I relate with you? Do I want to get to know you? So here, yep, there's just, let's see here. Hold up. I'm going to do a quick audit here. All right. So we've got September 5th, 2 on September 5th, 7th. Ooh, 2 posts a day. 5 days ago, 4 days ago. Okay. So we're September 17th and you're at about 7 of the 17 days posted. So I think we can increase quantity. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Overall, good start. Do you have any reels? Let's see what you got. It's been a while. Is this your unboxing from a long time ago?
I don't really know reels yet. I'm still working on stories.
Okay, that's fine. But it looks like, look right here. You had one. Oops.
What was that? That must have been from years ago.
Okay. This is awesome. You had 1.2 thousand views on this. You had good comments. You had some people comment. Hold on. Let's go all comments. Cool. When was this? Do you know when this
Those are
was?
from 2 years
2
ago,
years
those
ago.
comments. Yeah.
Girlfriend, you got to get back on this. This had high visibility for you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't even remember why I did that. So, or that may have been like something from TikTok that was pulled over, maybe.
Yeah. Are you on TikTok?
At that time I was. Yeah, I mean, I'm not posting there actively either.
Okay. All right. Christy, tell me, we're going to like dive into your why. Tell me what you want out of this business for yourself.
For myself, I want to like be a tool or an instrument in like making pottery like this household name. I've told people before, like if it was about the money, I would go back to work at the hospital, but it's like having the freedom and being able to help just everyday people that, are looking for something more, pets is just like such a universal way to talk. Like it's kind of the
Yeah.
low hanging fruit of the industry.
Why is that meaningful to you?
The helping people part is meaningful. Like that's like everything. I've always wanted to be of service and to,
Okay.
be
And you even
useful.
said, you said you want, hold on. You said you want paw treat. This is fantastic. You got to do more of this, friend.
Yeah, this was at Pop Fest. They had these, set up for us at Pop Fest.
Yeah. You got to do more of this at home, just like you doing a reel, feeding your dogs and those things. But here's what I want to say. I want to say, like, you're like, I really want to make pottery. I want to be a tool, an instrument in helping pottery become a household name. But I would say your desire and the actions on what I see in your Facebook place don't align. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've always focused on more of like the one-to-one connections with the people on my team.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn how to do it this other way.
Yeah. I think you are for sure. But like, do you see how you are limited when we're one-to-one, your reach is limited by how many people you can actually get on the phone with, shake hands with on a daily basis, right? This helps you
Right.
actually expand your reach.
Right.
So I think I would just ask you, are you willing to get uncomfortable and being more visible?
Yes, I mean, that's why I'm trying this, because I'm willing to get more uncomfortable.
Yeah. So we're going to work on, okay, first of all, I want you to know what you're doing well. You're showing up. You've got some great things here. We're just increasing the quality of them. But the things I'd like to see more of is more of your real face, not the avatar. This goes for everybody. Okay. I want to see you do more of these reels. Why? Because there's still visibility. And by the way, the reason why this one had high views, thanks to this stuff, my dogs hardly shed. In fact, I think I shed more than my dogs. You're talking about a problem. My dog shedding. I don't want my dogs to shed anymore. Notice that people are drawn to watching something that solves a problem. You have text on there that gets them to watch. Here, it's just a picture. So I'm not going to click it because there's nothing that actually tells me why I should watch it. So friends, every time you post a video, there needs to be some caption on the video that compels them to click. This is why it had 1.2 thousand views. Okay. So that tells me, hey, you're doing good. Let's just do more of it. Okay.
Okay.
Christy, thank you for being vulnerable and thank you for letting me just kind of pick apart your media. All right, let's do the next one. Let's do Jenny Barr. Let's see what you got. Jenny Barr. Okay. Jenny Barr, I already got things to say. Here we go. Where are you, Jenny? Go ahead and mute yourself so I can say hi to you.
Fire away.
All right, Jenny, thanks for being vulnerable. Thanks for being somebody that can share with us. All right. Okay, Jenny, what do you think I'm going to say about this photo?
Probably too curated at this point.
Yes. Yes. It screams graphic instead of like, first of all, I love all your pet babies, and I love that you posted a picture of yourself. But I would say I'm big on, guys, your curated paw tree stuff is best in your stories and best in like your Facebook groups, not your front facing, because people buy from a person, not a brand first. Okay. So you are the brand. Paw tree, goodness, is what you sell. Okay. But first of all, I love this. I love that you're introducing yourself to new friends that have decided to follow you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, starting over as an empty nester. Okay. So I'm your new go-to for all things pet health related. If you've never heard of pottery, I love this.
Good job, Amy.
Yep, I like that you talk about the problems here. Picky
Mhm.
eaters, allergies, excessive shedding. That's good. Show me your fur babies. Let's see what you've got going on here in the comments. Look at this. Okay, first of all, are these other pet pros or are these people in your audience?
I think it's all audience. I don't believe at this point there were any pet pros on.
Okay, this is fantastic. So you have people introducing their pups. You're engaging and having conversations with them. Okay, amazing. Good job. I see you
Thank you.
talking. Yep. I would actually, okay, you did this great. You asked a question here. How do she and the girls get along? You're asking questions. Guys, I want to also bring this to light. Like, notice how she's asking questions to keep the person engaged, right? Here, Jenny, I think it would have been good to ask a question here, like, how old is Sadie? What's Sadie's favorite activities? But this is good. I love that people are doing so much engaging with you. But again, I would say stick with as many questions as you possibly can, because it forces them to keep coming back to your platform. But this tells me you have people in your audience who are pet owners who are excited to hear from you. And now, by the way, I think what would be really good is, as you think of these people, remember their pet names. Modiste, Bean, 11-year-old cat. Because then when you reach out to them and have a question like, hey, Modiste, thank you so much for reaching out or for commenting on my thing. I love the photo of your sweet Bean. If there's anything you need, or if you would like a sample of pet treats, let me know. Or a sample of our, certain thing that, Pottery has for cats. Be like, this is the thing we hear a lot of. Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
Okay.
A lot of engagement just from that one post. And you pinned it. Okay. Also props for this, Jenny. Okay. What she did was she pinned this post so that anytime somebody comes to her profile, this is the first post they see, no matter if they come in December, if they come in November. This is up there for people to learn about Jenny. So kudos to that. Okay. Help wanted. Okay.
And
I like
also, I
that.
want to give kudos to Elka. I copied her post. That's
This
Elka's
one?
original work. Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
So thank you, Elka.
Okay, cool. Conversations that you need to talk to with all of them.
Yep.
Right? So what I'm noticing just from the two I've chatted with is missed opportunities for just ongoing conversations or having open-ended connections. Okay. All right. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Isn't that a hoot?
That is kind of funny. Okay. Let me just see what else you got here. Puptoberfest. I love that you're live. You're talking about your booth. Amazing. Ooh, I don't know if you planned on limiting the comments on that post. You might want to change that setting
Ooh,
so that people, when
okay.
they come back and watch it, that they can comment.
Yeah, I don't know why that would be like that. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, here's this. Here's another opportunity. I love this idea of a free pet profile. And what you've said is the solution it provides is when you're overwhelmed with options, this is a great place to start. I actually want you to start the caption with, have you ever felt overwhelmed with deciding what foods or pet products to buy your pet, especially when dealing with a problem? I get it. You go to, PetSmart, you hope to flag somebody down. They look at you with a blank face and they don't even know Fido or Bean. They don't even care. But what if you can have a simple quiz or questionnaire that gives you the exact thing your pet needs? So notice how we're shifting this from like, one of the coolest things Pottery offers is our free pet profile. Me not knowing Pottery, I'm like, I don't care. You have to actually engage me first from the problem. So like, have you ever, and I like that you've got, I would actually minimize to 2 photos just to keep the eye like streamlined here and just say, and I would say reuse this idea. Guys, just because you've done a post once doesn't mean you can't reuse it down the road, because if you're constantly talking to new people can see a repurposed post. I would take a picture of yourself at your local PetSmart and look confused in the aisle. That would get people being like, oh,
Okay,
I've
good.
totally been there. Like, take a friend with you, be like, dude, will you just come with me to PetSmart? Well, and just take a few photos of me looking completely overwhelmed and confused in the store. And people would be like, ooh, what's this? I totally relate to that feeling. So I want you to start with people relate to frustration. So I want you to start with what is the frustration somebody's Googling, like, why can't I just find the right thing to get my pet? I'm tired of having to read 45 different reviews and hope that I find the right thing. And then I have to deal with hassle returns. So all of this, I like that you had your link here. That's great. I would say with this link, I want you to be a little more descriptive on the value of them clicking the link. Hey, friends, when you click this link, you're going to answer simple questions about your pet, and then you will be given, just walk them through what to expect. And then I will be there to help align you with the next product for your pet based on the problems you want to solve. Okay. Does that help?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. This. I think you learned here, you're like, didn't get great engagement. All right, not a problem. Cool. I see you have a couple friends posted here. Again, opportunity for conversations. So just notice here, Jenny, like you're being consistent. I just want you to take every advantage of any engagement as an opportunity to have a conversation. Open-ended question to keep that going. I hope everybody's getting that, right? Okay. Look at you. I love your face going live here. If you're able to, Jenny, when you go live, a lot of people will scroll social media with the sound off. I want you to have a simple sentence of what they can expect clicking the video. Like, I want you to think of clickbait. Tired of dealing with? Watch this video where I talk about A, B, and C and get that problem solved, right? Because people aren't going to watch a video unless they're like, ooh, I want to watch that. Imagine like scrolling YouTube and nothing having captions or subtitles, right? It's the same thing. Give people a reason to click. Okay. Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. Oh my gosh. We're all aging ourselves here, Jenny. All right. Cool. I think here again, what I'm just noticing is just, okay, cool. Opportunity to talk with Brenda, get to know Brenda or whoever else. Okay.
Right.
Does this help give you some tangible things to move forward?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I like that this intro tells me a God-loving mama with a passion for serving families and their pets. Tell me something spicy about you. Tell me something quirky about you. Give me a fun fact about you in the comments where it's just like, where someone's like, oh, Jenny's a freak like me. I want to hang out with Jenny. Sound good?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Before I want to, if you got on Facebook, if you got somebody buy from you or interest from you in a post, I would like for you to drop your profile in the comments because I'm going to unpack why that worked so people can see, oh, I see why that post worked for them. If that happened for you. Elka, was that you? Michael, you've got a TikTok. I don't know if I can pull that up on my computer. Okay, Elka, we'll do this. Are you posting up the exact post?
No, I didn't, but I can
Okay,
tell you it's
that's fine.
I have several. I have my
Okay.
grooming post I did the other day that I had 17 new leads come in. And then I have a couple of reels of people that I know that are like, hey, I need more information.
Okay. Ooh, first of all, okay, it got me to click. I saw your cover photo of this. Are you struggling what to feed your pet? Notice how that, I don't know if I can zoom in here. Hold on here. Come on, Kristen. Oops.
That's an old one with my long hair.
Yeah, but right here, I can see, hold on here. I can see it says free pet nutrition consult. You guys, that's a great hook. Like, are you struggling what to give your pet? If your pet is, does your pet have these problems? I'm looking just at the cover photo of this and I want to click why, because it's problems first, guys. Pain first, okay? All right. So this is kind of like a feel good analogy. This is more of an engagement. Like this is just getting people to be like, oh, I love a feel good post. Awesome. Let's see what you got. 18 comments. I'm gonna come for you, Elka. You got a lot of people. Oh, Marie had some things to say, but I see you did some talking back and forth, but still I think more could happen. But it's 5 hours ago. It's still same day. Awesome. You've got your Jeeping. All right. Tell me which one. Oh, okay. All right, guys. This is why, Christy, did you say you grabbed the pet groomer post? Did you grab that for yourself? Or Jenny, that was you? Okay. Jenny, I can tell you why it worked for Elka and not for you. Why do you think?
Honestly, I haven't gone back and looked at Elka's again, so let me look here.
Hold on. I think I can pull it up. Jenny, here you go. All right, here's yours.
Mine actually had me and the dog, and Elka's actually has hers with the dog actually grooming, bathing.
Yes, exactly. This looks like something you pulled from Google.
That is actually mine, by the way.
Oh, is it yours? You gotta get in that puppy pile.
I know, isn't it
I
fun?
think it's a Google image. You gotta get in that puppy pile next time you groom those babies. See here, like also, I want you to notice right here, there's a couple things that are working for her here. One, she's got her post set to public, right? So that anybody who clicks clean pets, groomer, shedding season, pet supplies, hypoallergenic, anybody who's looking publicly, look at what happens here. Someone could just be, oh my gosh, that is the cutest. But notice how someone can just be scrolling under the hashtag pet supplies, and if they're scrolling this hashtag, they're already your ideal audience. So what she's doing is she's positioning herself in the feed so that her ideal person, when they're scrolling, sees this. By the way, guys, if you want to know where to engage, scroll down hashtag pet supplies and start talking to people. Now you might look, here's Jonathan Cox. Does he work for Pottery? No, but let's talk to him. Look, there's an engagement too. Are you guys seeing this? Notice how she's positioned herself like, yeah, there's some companies, but also this is where individuals are posting. And by the way, what's to say you don't connect with someone at at a pet store or whatever, and like, what's to say that they want to have another stream of income? So all that to say is there's a couple things of why she had that going for her. I'm going to go back to it. All right. So notice she has at least, okay. Look at all those different hashtags. This helps visibility publicly, and she's got a great photo. That's a really cute picture of your dogs. It stops my scroll. I'm in. So friends, this is why I think it's so good that you saw two of the same posts back to back, and why one stopped the scroll and not the other. I hope this helps you guys see it in person now. And then, oh my gosh, a King Charles. You guys, I'm not going to be able to get through this training with all these cute puppies. I'm such a dog person. All right. Elka, even though you had 18 leads come through, there's still more people for you to talk to. And I think you can even bump this. I think you can bump this post again and just like keep the post excited. So guys, when it's been 4 days, when I say bump the post, if she goes back today and responds to Jessica, Steph, Amy, Michelle, Denise, Tara, even if they're pet pros, what she does is it boosts it back up into the feed so that people who didn't see it 4 days ago will see it this time. Does that make sense?
Ask a question on something like this?
Yes.
So like Steph, Evie, and Amy that you see, I actually just jumped in their inbox so I have them all written down on my list and I have them documented for what products they want to try, but I actually I just went straight to their message because I was like, oh, nobody's going to see the post anymore. So I just went straight to the message. So now that I've messaged them already about this and the samples, can I still go comment on there and boost it? Or would you recommend just
Why not? It doesn't have to be like salesy and weird, just being like, you can
excited
just
for the
like,
samples to come or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Being like, so excited, samples are coming your way. It can reinforce the conversation you had in the inbox. But friends, also, I love that you went right to the inbox to have that conversation. Can I ask you, like, are these people you've been engaging with, are they friends of yours? Give me a little
So
bit.
I would say 50% of them I've known for years, and the other 50% are people that I've brought into my circle in the last 4 years that have just
Okay.
been watching me. Several of them have already ordered from me. There's 1 or 2 pet pros that are on there, like
Mhm.
Tammy Daniels Gustavison. She's a groomer here, and she's ordered pottery for years. And this will only add additional to her. And she sends me quite a few referrals. We have a partnership because she doesn't want to be a pet pro. So
Okay.
it's kind of a variety of different people that have been watching me
Great.
for a long time.
So good. Okay. I also think this is good. Notice how there's enough organic content here, meaning organic that she creates herself, so that when she does post something like an ad about Immunoshroom by Pottery, it's not the only thing I'm seeing. There's enough organic, natural posts around it to support her posting something that the company created. But when this is 80% of your feed, that's why people won't engage with it. But notice this is only 10 to 20% of her feed. You want 80% of your feed to look like, hey, they're getting to know Elka and what she's about, right? And notice how she's talking about, like, I love this. When we talked, Ashley helped me decide what was best for me, got my 4Life products. Okay, good example, what I talked about, just your everyday, when you add a
And
little
that
something extra.
this reel right here is where I had somebody comment that they wanted me to help them with their pet.
Hold on here. Yeah. That's great audio. Hear this. Someone was just like, someone had a question. Okay. So I just want you to know, like, guys, notice it's not super high production. She's just sprinkling her foods. And notice how this little caption gets interest. When you add a little something extra to your dog's food, you don't want to tell them what it is. You want people to be like, what's the something extra? What does it? And notice how she has a hook in the first sentence here. Picky pets, that's me. Stop here. I have the solution. Okay.
I have to laugh because that video is compliments of pottery. Like, that kind of stuff is in our back office library that I'm also using.
Boom. I love that you shouted that out, that there are tools available, guys, in the back office for you to use. So Christy, while you were like, I'm still getting a hold of reels, she just grabbed this from the back office and just put it up and got some interest from it. So that's something for you to do as well. This is really good. All right. Love this. Dog smile. Guys, puppy selfies, and notice how it's one picture. It brings it in case you needed a smile today. Love it. Look at all this. Pictures, yep, comments to talk back to. Again, even if they're pottery people, still comment back. All right. Does anybody have any questions based on what I've shared? Does this feel clear to you of how you can elevate the quality on your own feed? Of like, oh, I can see why some posts get attention and others don't. I can see why I need to lead with a problem or a frustration that somebody has. My husband and I were talking about this the other day while you guys are dropping your questions. Perfect. FOMO means fear of missing out. No, you want to use at least 5 to 10 hashtags on Facebook and on Instagram. What my husband and I were talking about yesterday, we were talking about consumer spending habits that we're seeing right now. And the consumer spending index is still really high. And people are like, well, then where are they spending their money? And I think they're spending money on things that make their life easier. So for you, you have to ask yourself, a great brainstorming activity for you to do is pull up a Google Doc and write down, what are all the ways that pottery makes my life easier? Like less vet visits, easier feeding time, less anxious pets, less shedding, less, like, I want you to think of all the benefits. And when you write down all of those, what you've just written down are pieces of content. Every single item you write down is one piece of content. Being like, okay, it saves me time. Somebody write down one way that pottery makes your life easier with the products. Go ahead and put it in the in the comments. Give me one benefit, and then I'll turn that into a piece of content. Made my skinny dog healthy. Food equal good, less poop to pick up. Okay. I'm fascinated by this. That's amazing. Give me another one, guys. Like the average person, how does it make their life better? No running to the store. Perfect. We're going to do that. Being like, you have Amazon for all of your in-house needs. Imagine having Amazon for all of your pet needs. Auto ship, all those things, but it's good quality, good care, and it has a risk-free satisfaction guarantee. What? Imagine never having to go to PetSmart on a Saturday. Like, again, take that picture of yourself in PetSmart looking confused, being like, imagine never having to walk into PetSmart ever again. Or imagine never having to lug that 40-pound bag of dog food from Costco ever again. Like, we all want convenience. So perfect. That's one post. Better nutrition, no fillers, less waste, 5 days you notice less dog poop. Okay. Tell me why that makes my life better. It's like, I'm outside, I'm having to pick up poop less. There's less frustration. There's less, my yard guys aren't annoyed. My kid's annoyed that he can't make as much an allowance. It's saving me money because I'm not paying my kid as much. You guys have to be thinking of these things like, how does it make their life better? That's what has them click. Okay, friends? All right. I think you guys have really great. Okay, we're like a proprietary. This is so good. Michael says we're like a proprietary version of Chewy, except Chewy sells other companies' products. We vet and sell our own. So like, don't be afraid to talk to Chewy customers, being like, are you a Chewy customer? Let me talk you out of Chewy and into pottery. Here's 5 reasons why it's worth ditching Chewy and doing pottery instead. If none of you have done that post, do it today. It's so easy. Michael's like, I see Michael, you're like my best like hype man in every video. You're like, yeah. Yep. There you go. Cool. Training is easier and faster since treats are good and dogs want them desperately. Love that, guys. Better training. So good. So notice how I've just like brainstorm it, write it down. Okay. Both for the business opportunity and the actual product. Here's how the product makes your life better. Here's how being a pet pro makes your life better. Okay. Cool. We've got just a few minutes left, so I'm going to hand it back to Roger, but I think you guys have really tangible things to help elevate the quality of your work this week.
That was awesome, Kristen. Are you guys just so grateful for those? I mean, she goes deep and it's intentional, right? I mean, it's one thing to say, go post. And if you notice what's happened over these first 6 weeks, the first couple of weeks, she did just say, go post. And there wasn't a lot of instruction. It was like, go get loud and go, do 5 posts a day and go start going live. And there was no direction as to what to say or how to do it. It was just about getting the volume. And now we're moving into the quality, right? And so you got to have the quantity or the quality doesn't matter. If you do the most amazing thing one time, who cares? And so it's like, get the volume up, get the effort up, right? You guys are putting more effort in and you're channeling it in the right directions. And now with a lot of these really fantastic couple of weeks of excellent detailed tips on, what to do and how to do it. I really hope you guys are applying these. And I would expect if you're kind of working through this 90 days in the right way, what will happen is that all 90 days you're putting the same amount of effort in, but where you're putting that effort and therefore the results of the effort get better and better over time. And I really hope that what you're doing this week is a little different than what you did last week and the week before, based on the input that Kristen's giving you. I mean, these are fantastic. And if you're sitting there going, wow, I wish I would have had Kristen go, on my Facebook page and give me all these tips. I promise you, those were wonderful, generic examples that you can apply to anybody's Facebook or Instagram page. Just go in your own and pretend like you're Kristen and say, what would she say on mine? Right? There were several examples. So go do your own audit. Do your own audit today. Use part of your full-time commitment today to go do an audit of your own social media, or get somebody who is here and partner up with them, right? And say, hey, let's let's later today, or right now, let's jump on and I'll audit you, you audit me, and let's kind of do what Kristen would do. Let's just pretend like we're Kristen. What would she say? And kind of brainstorm it together, right? And go give yourself an audit. I have a feeling, I thought it was really interesting that even though there was, great content, some really great story. I mean, everybody's page that she looked at, there were different tips, right? And including just, oh, wow, there are people that you haven't actually responded to, you haven't created a conversation about. So it's not just about, curating the perfect content. It's about having those conversations and being back in, checking on what people have said and thinking with an eye toward helping people and not just selling something. So many great tips. I really hope that you find yourself this week doing things a little differently. Because if you're still doing it the same way you did it week 1, my suspicion is your quantity of volume's gone up, but the quality hasn't improved, and therefore the results aren't going to follow. My gut says if your quantity has stayed the same, meaning you're putting in the effort and you're changing your behavior based on the feedback Kristen's giving each week, including today, which was fantastic, I really think that that will result in better results. And you'll start to see that proof that, wow, you know what, the time and the effort I'm putting into this is making a difference. And I am getting the results I want in my business, because that's what we want you guys to do, is to feel like this is worthwhile and it's moving your vision and mission further along in what you want to accomplish with your pottery business. So with that, I will wrap it up and say goodbye to you guys for today, and can't wait to see you again next week. I really hope you go apply these things. Thank you, Kristen, for the wonderful insights and advice, and we'll see you guys next week.